There is nothing in the 3D that you can do in order to help your manifestation. There's no amount of physical action that you can take in order to make your manifestation process quicker. Manifestation happens only through your mind, your imagination, and the 3D is an aftermath of that. It's the result, it's the product. So whenever you are focusing on anything that is physical, whether it's your circumstances that are already there or what you need to do in the physical in order to achieve a different result, your focus is on the wrong thing. And this is understandable because as humans, we have always been taught that you need to work hard in order to get results, you need to do things, you need to take action, etc., etc. You need to get rid of the old mindset when you are manifesting, because when you are mixing the old with the new, you get random results, and that's not what you want. So, and this is also where the hot and cold happens, the back and forth, the results that don't last, etc. In order to manifest something in the 3D that stays, the assumption about it needs to change. The story you're telling in your mind about it needs to change. And that can't change through your physical action. Neville Goddard calls everything you do in the physical in order to help your manifestation a 3D manipulation. That's not going to last. It may give you a temporary fix, but at some point your assumption is going to kick in and manifest. So therefore that's useless. And it can even give you heartbreak because you thought it was going to work, it was going to do something if you talked about it one extra time, etc. There is nothing in the 3D you can do in order to change your experience. I know that for probably many of you, this is an unusual thing to think about, but if you are going to manifest, you can't go 50-50. You can't do a little bit of manifestation and a little bit of your old way of living. You either need to manifest properly, and what I mean by that is to accept the fact that the work needs to be done in your mind. By the way, even if you go back to your old ways of doing things in the 3D, manipulating the 3D, etc., you are still manifesting. There's no point in time where you're not manifesting. It's just that your focus won't be on cultivating your mind. So that's what I mean when I say purely manifest. Your physical circumstances, your 3D circumstances, are already a product of your imagination. They are already a manifestation. And something that is super important for everyone who is trying to fix things in the 3D, that fixing your actions, the things that you're trying to figure out to do in the 3D in order to make something happen for your manifestation, sending the text, doing things, that is also a manifestation. Everything is a manifestation. Your actions are a manifestation of your current state. And your state is determined by the stories that you keep telling yourself. This is why we use affirmations, so that we can control our story. This is why we do imaginal acts, again, so that we can control the story that we're telling in our mind. So when you are trying to fix things in the 3D and you are still in your old state, your actions are going to be the first manifestation of your old state, of your old story. And that is going to manifest more of that old story. This is something that can make your manifestation process take longer than it has to. This is one of the things, of course. Even when you do the work in your mind, you still need to do it properly, because you can also be going back and forth in your mind. That is also prolonging the process unnecessarily. But to focus more on the physical thing, everything that is physical That's a manifestation. Even though you are used to needing to do this, needing to do that, if I had said this, if I had said that, if I send the text, they're going to think about me. If, I don't know, whatever you're trying to do to fix your manifestation. The only thing that needs fixing is where your attention is most of the time. Including the 3D. Because if your attention is on the 3D circumstances most of the time, then you get more of that. There is no woo-woo in manifestation. The concept of it is very, very simple, and it is necessary that you accept that wherever your attention goes most of the time, that is what you get more of in the 3D. Your mind is unforgiving. Your mind is not going to give you something else than what you are thinking. Like, for example, if you are constantly dwelling on how something hurts, something is bad, something is difficult, your mind is not going to analyze that as we do in our human, in our human form, in our human ways. That when I say your mind, your subconscious mind is not doing that. So it's not going to go, oh, she is thinking how she got hurt or he got hurt, how this is difficult for him. Maybe I should manifest something easier. That's not how it works. Manifestation is a lot of copy-paste. So if your mind is on the problem all day long, over-analyzing what did go wrong and how is everything so difficult, why isn't this working, etc., that is going to go copy-paste in your 3D, and that is going to be your experience. Like Joseph Murphy says, your subconscious mind and the law of assumption is no respecter of persons. It's just going to copy what you are dwelling on and paste it. If you are going through things that are difficult, emotionally difficult, you need to figure out what works for you. A way of affirming, like, for example, your attitude while you're affirming. Some people can be really aggressive in their mind, in their affirmations, in their attitude. Some people find it works better when they are calm and soothing in their tone. The same for your other techniques, whatever technique you are doing. Find what works for you so that you don't dwell on the negative, because again, your mind is not going to give you anything other than what you are dwelling on. And at the same time, if you keep dwelling on something is hard and then you go and take action to fix it, guess what's going to manifest? Something is hard is going to manifest no matter what action you take. Because your 3D is a mirror. Your circumstances are a mirror of your imagination. The people you are dealing with, they can be very difficult and hurtful and a lot of unwanted, undesired things. But they are only messengers. Neville calls other people messengers. They are only telling you what assumptions you are holding in your mind, mostly about yourself. So, self-concept here, a lot of self-concept. Manifestation is all about self-concept. Again, even when you're manifesting a car, I have a playlist with several videos about self-concept. Please check that out if you're interested. This is a very important topic. But in any case, whatever you do in the 3D, your assumptions are going to manifest regardless. So stop yourself, especially if you are doing it from the state of, if I do this, something will move, something will happen. A lot of times it backfires because your mental state is not what you are trying to achieve with that action. And I know that there's a lot of teaching out there saying, oh, you need to take action because you need to think it, believe it, and then you need to take action. Otherwise, how are you going to receive it? Your actions are a manifestation. So please make sure you listen to people who know how the law works, how manifestation works. Your behaviors, just like when you're manifesting an SP, we talk a lot about how they behave, how they treat you, etc. That's all a manifestation of your subconscious programming. Your own behavior, your own actions, everything that you do, even your words, the way you talk, that is also your own subconscious programming. You are your own manifestation. You are the product of your own subconscious programming. So again, I'm repeating myself, but this needs to be repeated. Whatever action you take in the 3D is going to be a manifestation of your current state. If your current state is not it, don't take the action. This doesn't mean, by the way, that I think that this also needs to be said, this doesn't mean ignore your responsibilities. We all have responsibilities in the 3D. You need to pay the rent, you need to clean the house, you need to do whatever you need to do, you go to your work, etc. The things that are necessary for you to do in the 3D, you do that, you take care of that, you don't ignore your responsibilities. When I say physical action, this whole video is about physical action in order to fix a manifestation or to make a manifestation go quicker. And that, if that's the case, your actions are only going to produce more of your current assumptions about the stories. So make sure that whatever you are doing in order to manifest your desired outcome is about changing the stories you're holding in your mind. Your beliefs, your assumptions, your imaginal acts, your stories, etc. Whatever you're doing in your mind, manifestation is a mental work. It's purely mental work. There's no physical parts of it. So, therefore, keep the work in your mind. And if you need a more personalized help with your manifestations, you can book a one-on-one coaching with me from the link in the description box below. You can also join one of my Master Manifestor Mastermind groups. In that case, please send me an email so that we can find a group that is more comfortable for your time zone. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.